we have learned a lot, and I have been informed with my colleagues that have been here all the time how substantive and positive all the discussions have been. So thank you very much for being really committed to this process, and I'm sure with such commitment we would be able to go forward together to make a difference. Then what next? Because I would not be able to summarize what you have done. It's already done in an eloquent manner. From our perspective, that's UN Habitat, we are committed and determined to strengthen such work with all of you together, with all the value added that you bring to us, to the UN system, not only to UN Habitat, but to the UN system. So we would like to commit ourselves that we are working for strengthening our partnership and move it through the proper process together with you so that we are able to launch such a global network during our World Urban Forum next year. Then the second, what does it mean working together? We need also between now until the launch, we need to do something concrete. We cannot wait until it is launched. You are already doing a wonderful job. We have done also the job that you have seen, and we are determined to work with you together. We need to look at what sort of guidelines do we have already, and what can we add in terms of the norms, guidelines, tools that are required from each of our specialized field, but our experience, so that we are able to put those together. But this also, at the same time, we have to also start demonstrating, because people are also suspicious. What do these norms mean? What do these tools mean? Are they workable or not? So it is important that we select few cities together and start also implementing within the given time, so that we are able to record from the good practice, but also from the bad practice. Why from the bad practice? Because so that other cities and ourselves do not repeat the same mistake. Rather, we learn and we strengthen the good work that is done and be able to convince our partners on the ground, the communities, the local authorities, the national governments, and regional and, of course, global, that we are actually doing a good job to the safety and security that is required within the sustainable urban development perspective. So maybe some of us could be involved in defining the baseline, where we start from now. We have a year. Can we do that? In few cities, the baseline, where are the cities that we are working for? We don't have to cover everything, but we need some sort of baseline to start off, so that when we move forward, it is a long process. In some cities, we are going to do well very quickly, especially those who have already done it. But in some cities, we have to know that it's going to be a long process, because it needs some sort of cultural change. It needs some attitudinal change. And also to really see, we need to create awareness. So if we are able to work on a baseline and then be able to monitor to see what difference have they made, 5% reduction, 10%, that would also give our politicians and something concrete that they can rely on us. Because at the end of the day, all our work, if we are not able to mainstream our work into policy work at the city level, national level, regional and global, then we have not done our job. It's a long process, but we all have to aim from the normative perspective, from the operationalizing of what we have, but influencing policy. Because at the end of the day, it is only when we work with the people, with the local authorities, with the national authorities, and enable them to own the process and the final product that we can make a difference. Here, So it is not only on the normative perspective, but we also operationalize and pilot, and we start at least somewhere to go. But with clear framework as to where we are heading, i.e. to mainstream such norms and policies for the future of sustainable urban development. Now, advocacy, we already have instruments or tools. We have the World Urban Campaign, which we would like you to be involved with us together as partners and create awareness for a better city and a better life. So culture of prevention, culture of safety has to be part and parcel of our advocacy work. At the same time, we are also looking forward for Rio +20. There is no sustainability without culture of safety and prevention. So I'm delighted to have our ambassador here, where it's in the region where Rio +20 is going to happen. And we need to broaden that support so that urban issues, urban safety and prevention actually becomes part and parcel of the future sustainable urban development, but also in the sustainable development concept, looking at the social, economic and environmental perspective of the cities in an integrated manner. Therefore, finally, we would have to look into how to mainstream all our work together. After having said all this, you have done it all. There isn't much I can add into substance. All what I can tell you is, on behalf of the Executive Director of UN Habitat, Dr. Claus, he is committed to it, I can guarantee you that. But we are all committed to work with you and move the culture of prevention, culture of safety in our cities and localities, but also move forward from the ones who are doing well, strengthening that, for the ones who are not doing well, learning from them and trying to influence them to do it better, but also influence policies from what happens at the community level to the local level to the national, regional, and global level. We would like to walk through all this process with you with clear interest and commitment, and we hope that you would join us this long walk with us, but it would definitely be for success.